Have you ever dealt with a narcissist? It's a question that stirs up intense feelings. This is a conversation about understanding and effectively dealing with narcissists, a crucial skill in today's interconnected world. Narcissists, characterized by their inflated sense of self-importance and lack of empathy, can be challenging to navigate around. Their manipulative tactics can drain us emotionally, leaving us feeling confused and powerless. But how do we deal with such individuals? Let's delve into that. First and foremost, understanding narcissism is crucial. So, let's dive right in. Narcissism is more than just having a big ego. It's a legitimate personality disorder with specific traits. Let's start with the most prominent one: an excessive sense of self-importance. Narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own worth, believing that they're superior to others. They imagine themselves as unique and special beings who can only be understood by people of high status. This grandiose self-view often leads them to overestimate their abilities and underestimate the contribution of others. Another key trait is a lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to recognize and understand the feelings of others. They are often dismissive of people's emotions and tend to focus solely on their own needs. This lack of empathy can make it challenging to form deep and meaningful relationships with them. The third trait we'll discuss is a constant need for admiration. Narcissists have a hunger for praise and admiration from others. They crave validation and often go to great lengths to gain it. They need this constant supply of admiration to maintain their inflated self-image. Now, it's important to distinguish between healthy self-esteem and narcissism. While both involve a positive view of oneself, healthy self-esteem is based on a realistic appraisal of one's abilities. In contrast, narcissism involves an inflated self-image often detached from reality. Furthermore, those with healthy self-esteem can empathize with others and don't require constant validation, unlike narcissists. Also, remember that everyone can display some level of these traits from time to time. However, someone with narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, consistently exhibits these behaviors to an extent that it significantly impairs their life and relationships. Now that we understand narcissism better, let's move on to the strategies to deal with a narcissist. One of the most effective strategies is setting boundaries. This is not just a piece of advice, it's a lifeline when dealing with a narcissist. Boundaries are like invisible lines that we draw around ourselves to protect our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They are our personal no trespassing signs that define where we end and where others begin. With narcissists, setting these boundaries becomes even more critical. Why? Because narcissists tend to disregard the personal space of others. They often cross lines without any qualms, leaving the other person feeling violated and disrespected. Think of a scenario where a narcissist continually demands your time and energy, leaving you drained. The boundary here could be defining how much time you're willing to spend with them, and sticking to it. Or perhaps they're always belittling your achievements, making you feel inadequate. Here, the boundary could be stating that you won't tolerate any form of disrespect or negative remarks about your accomplishments. Setting boundaries, however, is only half the battle won. The real challenge lies in maintaining them. Narcissists are notorious for testing and pushing boundaries. They might try to guilt-trip you, manipulate you, or even resort to anger to break your resolve. But remember, you have the right to protect your space. You have the right to say no, the right to choose your well-being over pleasing them. Don't let their tactics shake you. Be firm, be assertive, and most importantly, be consistent. Consistency is key here. The more consistent you are, the clearer the message, that you mean what you say and you won't tolerate any crossing of lines. It might be tough initially, but with time, they'll understand that your boundaries are non-negotiable. In the end, setting boundaries is not about changing the narcissist or their behavior. It's about empowering yourself, reclaiming your space, and ensuring your peace of mind. It's about standing up for yourself and asserting that you deserve respect, just like everyone else. Remember, maintaining your boundaries is essential when dealing with a narcissist. Because at the end of the day, your well-being matters, and you have every right to protect it. Another strategy is to maintain emotional distance. You see, the realm of emotions can be a complex labyrinth, especially when navigating relationships with narcissists. These individuals are often skilled at manipulating emotions for their own gain, so it's crucial not to get emotionally entangled with them. Think of emotional distance as a protective barrier. It's not about shunning emotions or becoming emotionally numb. Instead, it's about understanding your emotions and not letting them control your actions or reactions towards the narcissist. It's about not letting the narcissist's actions dictate your emotional state. It's about keeping your cool even when the narcissist tries to provoke you. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care or that you're indifferent. It simply means you're choosing not to engage on an emotional level that leaves you vulnerable. It's a tool, a mechanism to keep your emotional health intact while dealing with a narcissistic individual. The concept of emotional detachment can be beneficial when dealing with a narcissist. You see, narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. They draw power from your emotional responses, whether it's anger, sadness, or even joy. If you can maintain an emotional distance, you starve them of this power. You take back control of your own emotional well-being. Note that maintaining emotional distance doesn't mean you should suppress your feelings. It's healthy and necessary to acknowledge and process your emotions. What we're advocating for is not allowing these emotions to be manipulated by the narcissist. Remember, your emotions are yours. Don't let a narcissist use them as a puppeteer uses a puppet. Emotional distance is not about being cold or unfeeling, it's about being wise and protective of your emotional landscape. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to let a narcissist's manipulation affect your emotional well-being. In essence, maintaining emotional distance is a form of self-care. It's about preserving your mental and emotional health in the face of narcissistic behavior. It's about standing strong and not letting the narcissist's actions sway your emotional balance. Keeping an emotional distance can help you stay sane and not get caught in the narcissist's web of manipulation. It's about taking back your power and not letting a narcissist dictate your emotional state. It's about recognizing that you have the right to protect your emotional well-being, and that it's perfectly okay to do so. If things get too overwhelming, seeking professional help is a wise option. Now let's delve into the role that professional therapists or counselors can play when you're dealing with a narcissist. Professional help stands as a beacon of hope in the tumultuous sea of narcissism. Therapists, psychologists, and counselors are trained to navigate the complexities of human behavior, including narcissism. They can provide you with valuable insights into the mind of a narcissist, helping you understand why they act the way they do. This understanding can be a powerful tool in your arsenal, arming you with knowledge and preparing you for potential conflicts. A professional can also help you establish and maintain healthy boundaries. Remember when we talked about setting boundaries earlier? Well, a therapist or counselor can guide you on how to do this effectively. They can help you communicate your needs assertively, without falling into the trap of a narcissist's manipulation or guilt trips. Moreover, professionals can provide you with strategies to manage your emotions and maintain your mental health. Dealing with a narcissist can be emotionally draining. It's like walking on eggshells where you're constantly on edge, never knowing when the next outburst will occur. A therapist can teach you techniques to manage your stress levels, maintain your emotional equilibrium, and protect your mental well-being. Additionally, a counselor or therapist can offer a safe space for you to express your feelings. It can be incredibly therapeutic to talk about your experiences and emotions without fear of judgment or retaliation. Finally, therapists can assist you in the process of healing. If you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, it's likely that you've experienced emotional abuse. A professional can guide you through the healing process, helping you rebuild your self-esteem and regain your sense of self-worth. Remember, there's no shame in seeking help. It's a step towards better mental health. Embrace it, for it's a sign of strength, not weakness. After all, it takes courage to acknowledge when you need assistance and to take the necessary steps towards healing and growth. Dealing with a narcissist can be challenging, but it's not impossible. And with the strategies we've discussed today, you're better equipped to handle such situations. We started by understanding narcissism. It's essential to remember that narcissism isn't just about vanity, it's a personality disorder. Recognizing this can help us approach the individual with empathy, not animosity. Next, we talked about setting boundaries. This is crucial to protect your own mental and emotional health. It's okay to say no, to not be available all the time. Remember, your personal space and peace should never be compromised. We then moved on to maintaining emotional distance. This doesn't mean being cold or unresponsive. It's about not letting the narcissist's actions or words impact your emotional well-being. It's about staying grounded in your own reality and not getting sucked into theirs. Finally, we emphasized seeking professional help. Dealing with a narcissist can be draining, and you don't have to do it alone. Therapists, counselors, and support groups can provide invaluable insights and assistance. In conclusion, dealing with a narcissist is undeniably tough, but you're not powerless. Understanding, boundary setting, maintaining emotional distance, and seeking help are all effective strategies. Remember, it's not about changing them, it's about empowering you. And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a crucial thought. Remember, your mental health matters. Don't let anyone, not even a narcissist, compromise it. You're stronger than you think, and you deserve respect and kindness always.